Well, the US has vowed an additional $10 million aid to flood-hit Pakistan. The announcement came after US Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with his Pakistani counterpart, Pakistan's Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari. The two met on Monday to mark 75 years of US-Pakistan ties. The US has already provided $56 million and for immediate assistance and has in fact sent planes containing supplies like food and tents.
These efforts, though, are bolstered significantly by the extraordinary generosity of the Pakistani American community and the U.S. private sector, which together have contributed another $27 million in essential goods and services, food, water, medicine, healthcare. We will continue to stand by Pakistan, to stand by its people today and in the days to come, because that's what we've done for each other in both directions through much of our shared history.
Blinken further called on Pakistan to seek debt relief from its close partner China, which is a key economic and political partner of Pakistan. Beijing is currently pushing ahead with a $54 billion economic corridor that will build infrastructure and give China an outlet to the Indian Ocean, although Chinese interests have also faced attacks from separatists. However, Washington has repeatedly charged that China will reap the benefits while Pakistan will face unsustainable debt. America's warnings have repeatedly been brushed aside by Pakistan. Meanwhile, Pakistan's foreign minister said floods could be seen as an opportunity to build greener, climate-resilient technology in his country.
The opportunity in this crisis in Pakistan is that we must build back better, greener, more climate-resilient back home as well. And I believe that working together we can do this. Working together not only with the government of the United States and our friends in the international community, but working with the private sector here in the United States and working with the private sector at home. I am convinced that we can build back better. We will build a more climate resilient Pakistan.
Flash floods in Pakistan have killed nearly 1,600 people and caused damage estimated at $30 billion. Hundreds of thousands of people have been displaced by these devastating floods. They're still living in what authorities believe are stagnant flood waters spread over hundreds of kilometers. And in fact, these waters could take anywhere between 2 to 6 months to recede. Our Pakistan Bureau Chief, Anas Malik, is in Washington, D.C. and now joins us with more on that story. Anas, an important meeting there between Bilawal Bhutto and Antony Blinken in D.C. Now, it's interesting that even as the U.S. steps up to offer greater assistance to Pakistan following these devastating and almost unprecedented floods, the China relationship, in a sense, was brought up by Antony Blinken in this meeting. Tell us more about that.
Well, yes, Neha, you rightly mentioned I was inside that room where the meeting was taking place and where initially the pleasantries were exchanged. The body language of the meeting suggested that it was all positive, and the comments by the Secretary of State that came afterwards, the remarks that came afterwards, that also suggested a positive trajectory for the relations. The Pakistani Foreign Minister also remarked along the same lines, but something very significant is that Secretary Blinken remarked about how to manage a responsible relationship with India, and then right after that he remarked about China as well in the same breath, and that is something that is going forward setting the tone. Remember, as we speak, there are 17 flights that US has done for flood relief into Pakistan, whereas China's flights only started at about 5. If you talk about the monetary side as well, US has now donated about $60 million plus in relief items, whereas Chinese side stands around $40 million. So the gap is there. Pakistan continues to walk on a very tight rope. There are concerns that have been raised, but you also have to keep in mind that this comes in the backdrop of the very recent meeting between President Xi and Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif in Samarkand, and after which the Pakistani Prime Minister is likely to dash to Beijing sometime in the first week of November. So all of this will be very, very closely watched out in lieu of the advice that has been given out by the US. Neha?
All right. Thanks very much, Anas, for all those details.